Good evening, everybody. As always, thank you all for tuning in. Jocelyn, I saw you here first this evening. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's live broadcast. I see Karen is in the house this evening. Good evening to you. Welcome, welcome. Port Arthur, Texas, Chandra Walters. Is it Walters? Waiters. Good evening. Thank you for tuning in as well. Davis Empire. Good evening to you. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. There is my good friend T House, and we're going to talk about some information she brought to my attention. I think it was yesterday she sent the email, I think, but we will discuss that tonight. Tonight, we're also going to give you some updates on the coronavirus and what the World Health Organization said the other day. A disturbing report came out. We are going to look into the prison system in the United States and with it being overcrowded, unhealthy, unsafe. Inmates are beginning to be infected more and more every day throughout the United States. And it looks like, for the most part, the penal system is doing something close to nothing to try to slow the spread of the virus down within the penal system. So we will discuss that as well. What I was telling you about, T House turned me on to. We're going to talk about landlords. They want their rent money. There's no other way to put it. Landlord, they want their rent money, and they know. Some of them know when you're going to get your check or when it's going to be deposited into your bank account. So that's a little bit later in the show. But let me say this to you. I don't know who it was. Somebody was on YouTube the other day, and they made a statement about the neighbors had purchased, I think, some TVs or something, when they got their check. And if you're able to pay your rent, pay your rent. If you got something saved and you can do something like that, then do it. Enjoy yourself. But don't be super stupid, because eventually you're going to have to deal with rent. Eventually, you're going to have to pay it. This is not we're going to just throw that away and act as if it never happened. These folks want their rent money. And when the government unchained them to begin evictions, the courtrooms throughout the United States are going to be packed. So it doesn't make any earthly sense if you have your rent money and you don't pay rent. And I know sometimes it's impossible to save, especially if you're living from check to check. But if that's how you're living, this is not a check for you to go and drop it like it's hot and go to Walmart and buy 55 and 65-inch smart TVs. This is not what it's for. It's not. It's to help you make it during this pandemic, for you to try to get caught up on some of your bills. But they knew that wasn't going to be enough. So now they're working on another plan to try to get you, I think it's $2,000 a month for 6 months. I think that's what it is. But they're still running into some roadblocks. But I do believe without doubt that bill will eventually be passed. But use your common sense. Use your common sense. If you can pay your rent, pay your rent. If you can pay something on it and you have that type of landlord, give God the glory and pay something on it. Don't be super stupid, because some will still get a break if they have to go to court. But right now, the landlords know they really can't do anything, but some are trying. Go and buy Latasha and Tarquanita iPhones and shit like that. You probably won't be able to pay next month's cell phone bill. So it's super stupid to go buy all this bullshit, and you're living from paycheck to paycheck. They're going to talk for about 30 days. After that, you got to search for some fucking free Wi-Fi. As R.Kelly said, use your common sense. It's just as simple as that. Katrina Washington, good evening. Thank you for tuning in. I see Nicole is here. Good evening. Monica Thomas, good evening to you. I see Shay Rab Reed. I hadn't seen you here in a while. Welcome back. Guess you've been on vacation. Okay, listen. Donald Trump is an idiot. He's super stupid. He's like a duck out of water. Without a doubt. And some of what I say about him, I know is comical, but it's the damn truth. Thank you, Karen Porter. Good evening, Peggy. Good to see you tonight. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that, seriously, it may not be documented, but Trump is somewhat mentally challenged up here. Was it Einstein said only a fool would continue to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Now, I said that to say this. Every time Mama Trump, that's his new name, comes to the mic, she lies. How do you know when Trump's lying? Every time she opens the damn mouth. That's how you know. But here's where I know he's got to be mentally challenged. He has to be, because he knows for a fact that CNN fact checking his ass as he's speaking, because he's known to lie. This is the only president in U.S. history that had to be fact checked every time he opened his damn mouth. Have y'all seen that commercial on CNN? It says, put the apple thing, it says, this is an apple. Some might say it's an orange or something. Maybe even put it in caps, but it's still an apple. Look, they made that commercial because of Trump. How he lied and tried to turn shit around. The dude has a serious, serious problem. He is 100% fake. He sends out a video via tweet the other day of President Obama and Joe Biden. Fake news. Fake news. Bullshit. What type of president of the United States plays those type of silly little boy, little girl games? I honestly think that they should make him shut their Twitter account down. I'm wondering, when do he ever have time to seriously deal with the issues within this country and read the United States Constitution? Because it's evident he ain't done that. Or if he did, he didn't understand it. He tweets. Man, that's bullshit. You're not in the White House to tweet. That's a toy to him. And all hell is breaking loose. Trump is, like he did in the beginning, once again, Trump is inciting riots throughout the United States. Trump is doing this. When you come before the cameras and you say those that are protesting the stay-at-home orders, well, I think they're perfectly good people. I think they're very smart. Listen, do the math. Now watch this. The majority of those out there protesting, two things. Most of them white. Well, three things. Most of them white racists. And they have hidden agendas. We went into a debate the other day on my injustice page with a white woman. I put a post up and I just asked a question. My question was, can somebody explain to me where does weapons come in protesting stay-at-home orders? I just want to know, because I couldn't connect it. You know, it's like trying to get a square peg in a round hole. It's just not going to happen. And so I guess she was being somewhat sardonic. She said, it's our right to bear arms. came right back here and I said, I didn't ask you a damn thing about your rights to bear arms. The question was, how does it connect to the stay-at-home order? Why would you bring a gun? Well, they need to be, they're taught to be ready at all times. Taught to be ready for what? You're trying to get back to work. You're trying to go places, right? Because you're tired of being locked down. What the fuck you bringing a gun for? It doesn't make any earthly sense. Yes, it does make sense. There's a hidden agenda. Here's what Trump did. Trump and his people, and I know heaven backing me up, Trump and his people, they start making calls to this state, that state, that state. And you get with people who support Trump and you tell them, I want you to get your best organizer who knows how to organize a protest and be successful with it. And that's what happened. And that's what's going on. Now, why did he do that? Because he's going to come and say, see, the American people, they're ready to go back to work. They think we're doing a great job, but with the coronavirus, everything is fine. The deaths are decreasing, we're fine. They got to get back to work. I understand that. But right now, the people don't run a goddamn thing. And that's me included. You have to listen to the medical experts, health officials, the doctors, the nurses, those that study these types of pandemics. You have to listen to them simply because they went to school for the shit. So who you think I'm gonna believe? Donald Dumb Jackass Trump or Dr. Fauci? I'm probably gonna go with the infectious doctor. He's an expert in it. And he continues to say, moving too fast, it's gonna be very detrimental. Simply put, what the experts predicted as far as infections and death rates will probably quadruple because of you opening it back up. We're not ready for that. You got a second round of this coming between now and August. We saved lives. Didn't we worry about the fucking economy? Because if you open it back up too soon, here's what's going to happen. The economy is already fucked. We're already in a recession. Here's what's going to happen. Won't be too damn many people on planet Earth to pump a goddamn dollar into the economy because a lot of us going to be in a goddamn casket somewhere. We're dead. So where's the logic in that? The numbers are going to start to drastically drop as far as deaths are concerned and infections are concerned. But it's going to be a lie. It's going to come from the White House. And it's going to come from certain news media outlets that Trump runs behind the scene. This is what you report. Drop it. Lie if you have to. No, skip that. Lie if I tell you to lie. It's simply that. That way, we can, now let's go ahead and open up the economy. So the $2,000 a month that they're trying to do now, that's another distraction. That's to get your ass so focused on $2,000 a month for the next 6 months or however long it's going to be, to where you say, well, I don't think we can go ahead and open it back up and everything, because you want this damn money. So he had a hidden agenda when he said, let's do this here. Let's do this here. If he could do it without giving you a dime, the low-down, dirty son of a bitch would do it. When I first learned how to play dominoes, one of the first rules they taught me is that all money ain't good money. Sometimes you got to pass up 10, 20, or 30 just to make sure you stay in the game and win the damn game. I got to have my name on the check. Bitch, why? Why? I forget the lady's name, but I shared her post. She said, well, if he want his name, and I had already said it too, if he want his name on the checks, they sure as hell better be on the goddamn death certificates. That's where they really need to be, on the death certificates, because the blood of the American people are on the Donald Dumb Jackass Trump fingers, because he didn't do a goddamn thing when he had an opportunity to fix it so it wouldn't be as bad as it is. We all knew about this. We knew about it from 2014. Thank you, wonderful President Barack Hussein Obama. 8 years in office, not one goddamn thing. And he knew how to address the people. He never disrespected White House reporters. They loved that man. They loved him so much that Mitch McConnell once told him, you ain't nothing but a one-time president. Well, that turned out to be a goddamn lie. He said, everything you for, we're going to be against. Everything you're against, we're going to be for. Listen, that's not business. That's hatred. That's hatred. People of self-made misery. Disturbed people try to disturb people. Now back to the rallies, the protests. It don't have a goddamn thing to do with anything when you showing up bearing your arms. So I told the lady, I said, well, there are a lot of people that, because of past criminal convictions, cannot legally carry a firearm. Them the motherfuckers you better watch out for, because they got a lot of them. And it don't matter who carrying a goddamn gun, who pulls the fucking trigger first. But you're trying to intimidate people when you show up, my right to bear arms. And a fucking protest to get to go back to work? That don't make no goddamn sense. Had this been a bunch of Negroes, all them damn protesters would be over by now. Most of them would be in jail, and a lot of them would be in a fucking grave, because them white cops would have unloaded on their black ass. Now you have nurses blocking protesters, and they're trying to talk some sense into these super stupid motherfuckers. You're making it worse for us. We don't have enough protected gear now to deal with. We're running out of beds, running out of ventilators. And when you do this here, guess what your super stupid ass doing? You infect him, he infect her. It goes on and on and on. First thing he'll say, oh, I don't have no symptoms. A lot of them that died didn't have no goddamn symptoms. That's not the issue. Respect the government. Respect the government. I think there is absolutely positively no intellect in protesting stay-at-home orders. Now watch when one of them motherfuckers' family members die, they go, y'all pray for it. I'll be goddamn. You just walked up into that motherfucking ass whooping. Coronavirus right here, baby. Oh, that's stupid. You could have protested. I'm not against the protest. You could have protested through social media. Do it on Facebook. They having concerts on Facebook. They having church on Facebook. You could have done it an intelligent way. You can't. You some self-centered motherfuckers. You don't give a fuck about your life, so I know you don't give a fuck about mine. Because if you valued your life, then surely you got to value mine. But you don't. Y'all some wicked motherfuckers. One thing Trump did, and I salute him for this here. When he took office, he gave closet racists the ability to take the hood off and the robe, throw it in the middle of the living room floor, and walk out the front door and say, I don't like you niggas either. He did do that. He did that. And he did it well. Maya Angelou said it best. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them. He's a clown, and he got a goddamn circus in the White House. He don't give a fuck about lives. He don't. The last thing we should be concerned about is the goddamn economy. The last thing we should be concerned about is pulling up information saying, see, when President Obama was in office, he did this and he didn't do that. Bitch, can you stick to what's going on now and your goddamn response to this here? It wasn't the World Health Organization that lagged on this. They have documented proof. We shared it on our page. They was up on this from day one. Publicly being transparent with. Maybe not as much as they should have, but they did do that. They did. They have proof. Trump don't. When a reporter asked him in the White House, what did y'all do for 30 motherfucking days? Nothing's documented anywhere. No. She won't let him say a goddamn word because he was lying. But now we're going to withhold the fines from the World Health Organization because they move so slowly in response to this, bitch, please. Bitch, please. Remember what he said. Remember at the beginning, he said, this is new. No one could have predicted this. No one could have predicted this. We were not ready for this. Bitch, it had been predicted, but you wasn't ready because you did not try to get ready. You were warned about it 2014, Barack Obama. The whole world knew about it. Where in the fuck was y'all at? 2019, here it comes again. Trump trade advisor. January, Trump, it is. Don't worry about it. February, Trump, stop the bullshit. It's getting worse. We're fine. It's a hoax. They did nothing. And anytime, he reminds me of water. Anytime water meets its resistance, it finds a way to go around. He would never answer a question that he knows will incriminate his stupid ass. He'll turn it to something else. You're fake news. You're fake news. Anytime somebody else putting out fake shit, here go Facebook. You've been blocked for 30 days because you went against the community guidelines. Well, goddamn. Y'all know what Trump do every day, 7 days a week. Y'all ain't blocked his shit. You haven't. He said what the fuck you want to say without any repercussion. That's why he continued to do it. I got to file Dr. Fauci and other medical experts in this field because they gonna get their stupid ass before the microphone and tell the American people the goddamn truth. Them motherfuckers got to go. I need people up here with me that's gonna lie and kiss my pink orange ass. Say what I tell you to say, damn it. I signed a petition yesterday. Many of you probably seen it and signed it. Another organization is trying to stop the TV airing of the White House briefings concerning the coronavirus pandemic because that's not what they do. They come out and use it to campaign. They come out and use it to blame somebody else than them goddamn self. When we got in here, the covers was dry. Nothing was in there. Well, goddamn, okay, let's say President Obama, hypothetically, left everything dry. That's how he did. But your goddamn ass been in there for over 30 goddamn months. It should be ready by now. When you went in and saw the cover was back, what should you have been doing? Working. Trump should be relieved of his duties that he's not performing anyway in the White House. Trump is not only a threat to the United States, Trump is a threat to the whole wide fucking goddamn world. It's going to be a bloodbath in the middle of the goddamn streets. People exercising their rights to bear arms. That don't make no goddamn sense at this protest. It don't connect. It don't. It hasn't got as bad as it's going to get. The World Health Organization chief said, trust me on this. He said, we haven't seen worse yet. Same thing Dr. Fauci been saying. So you just gonna let the motherfuckers run the country because they want it open back up. It's a game they play. Trump get his people together, start to protest. We got to give the people what they want. Bullshit. If you cared about what the American people want, your ass would have left 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue a long goddamn time ago. You and that goddamn have pussy will travel global ex-fucking prostitute and never ever looked back at Washington, D.C. if you cared about the American people, because we don't like you. We hate you. I can't stand that bitch. I can't stand that low down dirty cocksucking bitch. I hate that motherfucker. All right, let's go on. 2.5 million people worldwide have been infected with the coronavirus. And more than 800,000 of those infected are in the United States. Something quick in Louisiana, because that's where I'm at. Louisiana reported more than 300 new coronavirus infections today. the numbers, once again, are trying to go back up. One thing Governor Edwards talks about a lot is continuing social distancing. I know you got to make money. We know that. But don't act like you're not going to get something for it. It may not be as much, but 2% sometimes is better than 0% or nothing. If the World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control and other scientists do not fully understand the workings of coronavirus, think about it. You're playing Russian roulette with your life. World Health Organization said yesterday, we still don't fully understand it. So if we don't fully understand it, we cannot begin to release some of the restrictions. We cannot. It's going to be a goddamn movie any motherfucking way, but if you let it ride like it's riding now, the goddamn streets in the United States will be paved with blood. Every time somebody gets the virus in the United States and die from it, I blame Donald Trump because he knew in advance. Donald Trump is a murderer. That's what he is. He signed their death certificates. And keep in mind, with the numbers are always going to be wrong. It's going to be wrong because you have other cases that has not been reported. And a lot of people died from the coronavirus before we knew it was here. Probably was so flu, pneumonia, just crazy. So the numbers are wrong. They're always going to be wrong. Facts change every damn day. Earlier today, the United States Food and Drug Administration announced the authorization of the first at-home collection kit. The kit allows the user to collect their own samples for testing and then mail it off to a laboratory. But it would first be only available to healthcare and frontline workers. I understand. I'm not in agreement, but I understand. It should be made available to any damn body want it. It should be. That's just the way I see it. I'm not always right, and you are not always wrong. Again, the chief said, World Health Organization, worse is yet ahead of us. As many countries are beginning to ease restrictions, a new warning about the coronavirus outbreak brings very disturbing news. The worst is ahead of us. They declared it a pandemic. Why? They know what they're doing. Should we listen? You goddamn right. You damn right. Why would I sit and listen to a goddamn clown? A clown will perform with or without a goddamn audience. Why I want to listen to a clown? Why I want to be lied to? Why? I mean, I think that's just super goddamn stupid. I mean, super stupid. Again, he says, trust us, not the White House. The worst is yet ahead of us. We spend a lot of time dealing with this thing in the public. Social distancing. Trying to get as many people tested as we can. Those that want to be tested. Good evening, A Powers. Is that J Rob? Boom. Welcome, welcome. But the homeless and prisoners are still being neglected. They're still being neglected. It is earthly impossible to really practice social distancing in a jail or a prison. They have started releasing some nonviolent offenders. Now they're dipping a little further. They're releasing violent offenders. And many are pissed. Why is he getting out? He gonna do it again. And some have committed crimes. If you're gonna tell it, we're gonna tell the law. They have. But look, if this person was not in there for a life sentence without the possibility of parole, that means one thing. Whether today, tomorrow, next year, on down the line, they have a release date. So what fucking difference do it fucking make if they have a release date and they let them out early? Many of you would have y'all ass in jail if somebody had caught you. The only difference between the inmates and the free people, some got caught, some didn't. There comes a time to where you have to stop looking at people's past and judging them in their fucking past. It's like God. You got to meet God in the here and now. And it's the same with everybody else. Meet us in the here and now. You looking at my goddamn past, I'm not there. I'm not there. But don't act like you so goddamn holy. Why they getting out? Why they getting out? He kills something. He robbed that bank. And at night, your goddamn ass is a stripper. Shall we talk about that? Inmates, whether people want to admit it or not, are still a part of this world. They still are a part of this world. Some in there are guilty. Some in there have a violent charge, but it doesn't always mean that person is violent. It doesn't. So you suggest just let they stay their ass in there and rot. They did the crime, do the time. 3 hot center cop. I'll get so goddamn tired of hearing about the goddamn 3 cops in a motherfucking hot cock or whatever. Look, I've been there. I've done time in prison. I've done time in prison. And I know what it's like to be locked up and caged up and being warehoused into nothing but old men and old women. And it's true for some. Out of sight, out of mind. We cannot forget about the inmates. We cannot forget about, are the homeless being tested? Oh, I don't even know. Well, you got a goddamn rescue mission. I think your ass should know. Everybody's done something. Nobody's the same. And you don't have to go say, but what would Jesus do? You ain't even got to look at it that way. If you have a heart, then you will know one thing. If the jails are not prepared to deal with this and refuse to deal with this, then we need to start letting some out. When they made the first announcement that we're thinking about letting some inmates go home early, I knew right then and there, fuck what we think we know. What we should be really concerned about is what we don't know that they know, but they're not telling us. Anytime you get states saying, let's release them, this shit's serious. This is serious. Because if they had their way, your ass is staying there till Jesus comes. This is serious. So, this was a lesson for the prison system to make preparations just in case this happened again. If you have to put up 10 buildings on the grounds and they never be, and 6 or 7 years passed, nobody ever had to go there. Well, to God be the glory for that. But we need to make sure they are in place just in case this happens again, because this is not the first time it had happened. It's not the first time. Now let's look at some of the prisons. They often die unknown and unreported. And empty beds produce $0. Prosecutors care more about convictions than justice. I need another conviction up under my belt. Our criminal indigent defendants were drowned. It's more of us in prison. They were drowned, and nobody gives a fuck. Some inmates are in prison for life, and they never killed nobody. They're in prison, and they never killed nobody. Somebody's saying something. I'm not understanding what she's saying. I think she's saying, I don't know what to believe when it comes to Trump. Listen, I don't even listen to him. So I know what to believe when it comes to him. Nothing he said, not a goddamn thing he said. But it is confusing because one organization will tell you this. An hour later, another one come and say this. So it's like, I don't know what the fuck to do either. Where it's all right on this end. No, do not believe them. So yeah, it is confusing. It is messing with your mind. That's the problem with that. You have too many people speaking on the coronavirus in the United States. The people that work for a living with issues like this should be the only ones speaking to the American people. This is not about politics. This is not about Democrats versus Republicans. This is about human lives. And if the government won't help us, we got to help ourselves. And to protest a stay-at-home order, I think this is super goddamn stupid. Their parents must be so fucking goddamn proud. And they're bringing a gun. Many jails, state and federal, prisons throughout the United States are not doing enough to protect the incarcerated. The newly published story, USA New York Times published a story just the other day on the federal corrections in Louisiana. I think it's Oakdale, Louisiana. And here's what they said. A young man, 49 years old, his name is Patrick Jones, had been in prison for a long time. He was serving a 27-year sentence for Schedule 2 with intent to distribute. He was the first federal inmate to die from the coronavirus. The first federal inmate to die from it. According to correction officers, now watch this, same prison, they said the warden was slow to address the coronavirus issue. Well, what did the warden say to make you think that? Here's what he said. The warden said, we live in the South and it's warm here. We won't have any problems. That's what the warden said. So we're not going to prepare for shit, we're fine. If it shows up, the heat gonna kill it. Let's go on with life. Well, 2 weeks later, that statement would become a fucking lie. 7 inmates died 2 weeks later from the coronavirus at that jail. Well, the warden said they didn't have anything to worry about. And at least 100 inmates and staff members have been infected, and many are being hospitalized right now. They're inmates. They're inanimate objects, void of any understanding, no feelings. We don't give a fuck. This is not the Holiday Inn. I think we're fucking aware that the prison is not the Holiday Inn, but I also think we should be aware that these are still human people. I'm humans. So you can't just dog them out because you have the ability to do that. What if your child was in jail or your goddamn stupid ass? You would want the prison system to work overtime to make sure that that your ass would be safe. You wouldn't want them tearing up sick call slip saying he sent this in last week and the week before that. Well, he's saying he's having some symptoms. He don't have anything. He just want to get out and walk the yard. Cook County jails, the nation's largest source of infections. There are more than 1,324 confirmed coronavirus cases throughout this country. With over 32 deaths, Cook County. 2 county inmates had to be isolated in different cells after testing positive for the coronavirus. There are now, Cook County Jail, there are now more than 350 inmates with a positive and 115 staff members with a positive. And if you didn't think it could get any worse, 4,500 inmates have not been tested at that facility. They're waiting to die. They're waiting to die. A gentleman was released on April 1st from a prison in California. After he was released, there was really no time to celebrate. 5 days later, he would be pronounced deceased. Cause of death, coronavirus. On Sunday, this past Sunday, an inmate at the California Institute for Men died at a hospital from COVID-19. This prison is in San Bernardino, California County. Statewide, again, there are 115 inmates and 82 correction employees that have tested positive for the virus. Alabama inmates filmed inside of the prison so you all could see what was going on. The video got to CNN. They was given hand sanitizer. Officers took it from them so they could use it. Many weren't being tested. One of the inmates stood between the 2 bunks and he did this. Well, his point was this here, that's not 6 feet. So again, it's almost impossible to practice social distancing when you are in a jail or a prison. Now, I'm not saying open the goddamn doors throughout the United States and say, go. No, there are some people that are in prison that need to be there till Jesus comes. Let's just be honest. Somebody once said, man, I don't want to see nobody in the world locked up for nothing. I said, well, you're a crazy son of a bitch. I'm wondering what's going on in your goddamn motherfucker, man. You don't want nobody to go to jail? Nobody. That's super stupid. Your mind fucked up. There are some people there exactly where they need to be. Listen, yesterday, I think it was, if I'm wrong, T-House, let me know. She sent me an email to read and then verify, and I did. The email was from an issue in Portland, Oregon. As I began to read it, I'm in fucking awe. I'm like, this cannot be fucking happening. Here's what happened. A landlord was going in online in the Internal Revenue's website, checking to see when his tenants would receive their check or their direct deposit. Why in the fuck could he do that? Well, fraudulent. It's the only word I can think of. What he did, all he had to do was to track the payment online. was to put in that person's name, date of birth, street address, social security number. Well, that landlord, he had all that. He had it all. Now, I also fought the IRS. Now, I can expect this maybe from some damn banks, but I do not expect this from the goddamn government. This should, their safety procedures suck. So, not only did he check on one tenant's check, he checked on several of his tenants' check. He sent a text, I think. Yeah, he sent a text to the tenant. It simply asks, I know you got your check today. Are you gonna pay rent today? Or are you gonna put something on it? Bitch, how you know I got a check? I mean, how you know? I didn't even fucking know it was there, but you did. So the brother screenshotted it. Okay, T.I. says it's getting me payment section on the IRS website. Thank you so much. So he went there and put that gentleman's information in and the other tenants. The brother now has a lawyer and they're getting ready to sue their tenant. And I think it's going to be an easy win. But he wasn't the only one doing it. A lot of landlords are doing this. And it should be an invasion of privacy. As far as we know now, I don't think the IRS has gotten it right yet. But it shouldn't be that way. That should not have been fucking possible for my landlord to go into my account with the IRS and get my information and tell me before I even know that my check is in. Any excuse that the Attorney Revenue Service would give for this is an inexcusable excuse. I mean, I just can't fucking believe he did it. I cannot I wish it had been me. I'd have talked about his goddamn man. I'd have told him to suck out my asshole until he got booty goddamn drunk. I'm not giving you shit, bitch. But what I am going to do for you, I'm going to call the goddamn police because I think you want to go to jail. That really can be considered hacking. You just can't do that. You cannot do that. That's an invasion of privacy for you to do that to people. But we shared several stories of other landlords doing the exact same thing. The Internal Revenue Service dropped the fucking ball on this one, and I do mean fucking big time, because they got checks going out to fucking dead people. You vote dead. They can't cash no check. There's all kind of glitches in the system. Some come and say when you go back to check on your money when it's coming, this account don't exist. There's no information on this account. I mean, it just shouldn't be that somebody in the house from California. Grand, good evening. Welcome. Glad to see you. Listen, before we get out of here. And I do know that they are going to proceed with filing charges against the landlord, and rightfully so. They should. But if we were to tell the truth, that's wrong. But if we were to tell the truth before we get out of here tonight, here's what we say. I'm going to pay my rent. Because if I don't, my black ass going to be outside looking super stupid. Again, that act of what he did cannot be excused. But we need not play with the money, people. This is not have a good time check money. It's not. This is to try and help you as best the government can with what little they send it. until things get somewhat back to normal. But now, if you take that, Magic C says total invasion of privacy. Exactly, without a doubt, without a doubt. If you take that $1,200 and you fuck it off, and you know you live paycheck to paycheck, the judge in the courtroom is not going to be lenient towards your super stupid ass because you got the money and you could have paid something then, but you chose to do nothing. Well, they're going to say $2,000 more for a while. That hadn't been voted on yet. I mean, I'm sure it's going to pass, but you can't count what you don't have. You cannot count what you don't have. And even if it's already passed, that's not the way to look at it. Omit your wants and take care of your needs. It's just that damn simple. It's just that damn simple. This is not a good time check, people. This thing is going to get terribly worse before it ever gets better. Trina Holland said, or on a bill. I agree. Pay your light bill. Pay your cable bill. If it's Comcast, fuck Comcast. They suck. Don't give them shit. Change out. Listen. Pay your bills. Pay your car notes. Pay your whatever you need to do. Do it. Now, if you got money to burn, do what you want to do with it. I mean, but if you be stupid, the whole world gonna know you fucked up. You fucked up. The government does not want to do anything for the people. When their backs against the wall, then they come out with money. It's really your goddamn money anyway. But as I always quote Too Short, it said, instead of waiting on the government to help us, we better start helping ourselves. It's just that simple, people. Don't let them catch you with your work undone. Don't do it. I mean, quit trying to go and buy them big ass TVs so the neighbors can see you bringing them in, and then 2 days later, you at Walmart buying an antenna because your goddamn cable cut off. And you gonna put that shit on a 65 inch? Latasha. Girl, that's crazy. Omit your wants. Take care of your needs. And whatever you do, check on the homeless. If you have someone in jail, check on them. Even if you don't, call jails and prisons and let them know we're watching. And we also want to know, what are you doing to protect the inmates at your facility? You may not give a damn about them, but I promise you, somebody on the outside of those walls love their dirty ass. They do. They really do. The homeless still sleeps downtown or wherever they can find a spot. Nothing has changed. And I promise you, there have not been a whole lot of testing when it comes to the homeless and inmates. You don't matter. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Get your house in order. What else I want to tell y'all? Oh, that was on the IRS. Wait a minute. One more thing I forgot. I had to tell y'all. Let me find it. It was with the USA Today. God damn it. Let me try to find it before y'all get out of here. Something I really want you. That ain't no U. That's an H. USA Today. Let me see if it pops up. Okay. All right, here we go. It's Donald Trump says the World Health Organization made the coronavirus in a laboratory. And he is now, him and his people are investigating just how they did it. Naturally, they disputed that damn ridiculous ass lie. It came from an animal, and it went from there. Instead of your super stupid wannabe detective ass Trump, instead of you trying to play detective, Have you ever thought about trying to play president of the United States? No, because you don't know your goddamn position. You just think you're the king. I'm the president I'm a wartime president. I'm a wartime president. Bull goddamn motherfucking shit. If you're a wartime president, I'm a wartime sex symbol. And that might be true. I don't know. Depending on who you're asking. I lost my thought after that. Seriously, Trump should be relieved of his duties. He's causing chaos throughout the world. That's what he's doing. President Obama came and he went. He did. J-Rock says, free R.Kelly and free Bill Cosby. I totally agree with you on that. I think it was yesterday's Spitting Fine Hour. We was talking about it because R.Kelly is not a threat. Bill Cosby is not a threat. When you keep denying motions, it leads me to believe that this has to be personal. What, Bill Cosby's what, 70, 80 some years old? What the fuck can he do? R.Kelly, no, he's not going anywhere. That's not due process of the law. He has not given any indication that he would run. He hadn't. You'd rather see him die now through the coronavirus or through life. It's personal. It's personal. But go on my page and you'll see some of them white motherfuckers they just let out. And we cannot believe everything the people are telling us when it comes to blacks and us being more infected than any other race. And I thought a lot about this when I went on Spicy Topics YouTube channel. It was yesterday, and she spoke on this, and she really woke me up. It was like, how do we know they're telling the truth? How do we know that it's affecting us more than any other race? She's right, absolutely positive. We don't know, but here's what we do know: when it comes to anything deadly, high blood pressure, it affects blacks more. Poverty, blacks. Homeless, blacks. Feeding the kids doing Thanksgiving and Christmas and bringing them toys, blacks. So white folks just 100% clear. The thing is to play with your mind and to get you to thinking nothing good comes to black people. This is how it was, this is how it is, and how it will always be for blacks. The data they're releasing don't make any goddamn sense. It took them a while to start before they released it. We trying to gather it together. What the fuck you got to gather together if you just came in for the mics and said it's affecting us more than any other race? So my super stupid ass thinking that you got some kind of stats, some kind of evidence of what you say. My baby sister Lynn said, I don't believe all those people died from COVID-19 or coronavirus. I think they're experimenting with them. And when shit go wrong, it go wrong. Coronavirus makes perfectly sense to me. And I and that makes sense. I can believe that. I can believe it. White folks will start a catastrophic event just to knock one motherfucker off planet Earth. They don't give a damn if it's their mama that get caught in the crossfire. That's how diabolical they can be. Pay your rent. Pay your bills. Listen to the experts. Don't kick against the prick. If you don't want to be 6 feet under or your family member to be there, then live as such. When we gather in large groups, each one infect one. That's super fucking stupid. I never thought, and it's my last word, I never thought as long as I live that I would see a day when people would be in the middle of the streets protesting to die. I love y'all. As always, thank you for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's video. If you like it, share it. If you don't, share it any damn way. You stood on here through the whole goddamn video. I love y'all big time. Thank you for your genuine support of this channel. T-House, thank you for that information that you sent me. I gratefully appreciate it. I love y'all big time. Y'all have a good night.